Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
And I'm Brianna Motzkus, and today is FabriChat Wednesday.
We have had way too much time off.
Yeah. It seemed like a really long time.
Gosh, forever. You know, we were just going through our list of things that just did not happen in the past week.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for being patient with us, because I was working on emails this morning, and I don't think I even made it. I think I made it back to like the 20th, and I should have started from where we left off. But
yeah, I did notice you didn't take a computer and you had never had your tablet. I worried about you just a little bit.
I had my tablet with me. I just didn't use it. The internet, it's kind of funny because it was not good.
It was
because
so bad.
We thought that we would have internet, and we pretty much had phone service fairly good, but the internet, and it makes sense because we're on the river. And, you know,
Trees
the satellite,
on both
binging around, and we're in a valley. So it did make sense. So we had a really hard time doing a bunch of different things. So, I don't know. But it's nice that you all were on vacation this week also, because it sounds like no newsletter last week. Sorry about that. And then what else didn't happen?
Quilt story.
Every quilt has a story. And this is a really special one. This is Marian McMichael.
So cool.
Oh. She was somebody who came to our retreat, and she brought this quilt for show and tell, and it's
awesome.
Stunning. Absolutely amazing what she has done. Super, super amazing.
So it's such an inspiration.
Oh,
like, I feel like it makes me want to do one. Not that I have the time for it, but
it makes me want to do one. It just
my
makes me
quilt
really
will be very
appreciate
small. Hers is really, really cool.
It's really cool. You have to watch it. But what happened was Brianna did all of the footage and did all of the editing. And so when she sent it, apparently she sent the file to Brittany without sound.
Yeah. So what happened was we were able to get all edited and everything. And Brittany said, oh, by the way, I can see it on my end. And I know you have really shoddy, internet. So maybe I can get it rendered on my end. So we got it all done. Turns out it doesn't work like that. She has to have like original files on her computer. Super, I don't know. You would think that since it's saved one way, it would be okay. It wasn't. So in the Seattle airport, I got it all rendered. It would have been up on time. It was going to be ready. But for some reason, what rendered to my computer had sound, was awesome. But what rendered to YouTube was no sound.
No.
So
was it up for just a little while and then you guys took it down?
It was up for a moment.
So
you got, some people may have got to see it
just
before we realized that it was mute.
So you kind of know what the
for like 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I'll bet maybe 50 or 60 people.
There were 96 comments.
96.
Oh!
Uh-oh.
No sound. No sound. Who is this lady?
What's happening?
So you'll see it on Sunday.
Sorry.
Words and everything.
Yeah, doggone it. And speaking of sound, that was the other thing that happened is that, a year ago when we first started putting things on YouTube, we used my iPhone, right?
She's out of practice.
So I'm so out of practice because we could use that. And that was back when everybody would say, oh gosh, the sound is so terrible. So now we have Brittany, and she has all of her equipment and speakers and all of this stuff. But when we were in Paducah going through the Quilt Museum, I thought, well, I can do this. I still remember how to use Imovie, so that's okay. I added music. You can add music to the front of it because I had all of these different clips, and I didn't realize the music was through the whole thing. So when I finally decided to slow down and narrate, you couldn't hear what I was saying. So we put up, right? So there's a second one up now without the music on it. And we'll take down the original one with the music as soon as I just wanted to.
It's already private.
Oh, it's already down. Never mind. It's already down. I just wanted to respond to the people that had commented. I always think that that's important. If you guys take the time to comment, we want to respond to you. So, and again, we were having a little bit of trouble. So yeah, so if you go and check that out, you'll see that I started out going kind of quickly because there's a lot of quilts there. And I thought, oh, I don't want you guys to feel like it's a 2-hour video. So I was going through kind of quickly. And then I thought, no, you really do need to see it up close. And for those of you guys that have been to Paducah, you already know this, but it changes all the time.
Paducah is the Quilt Museum. The National Quilt Museum of the United States.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And they change out the exhibits all the time. About every 2 to 3 months, they change them out. There are some things that are permanent that are there that have been donated, but for most purposes, they change everything out. So even if you saw those pictures or you've been there a year ago, you should,
It's different.
if you have an opportunity to go back. But anyway, so
The one you missed, because she didn't go into the conference room, was a wood quilt. So this, I do not remember his name. This man carved out of a 2,000 pound piece of basswood, I think is what it was called, carved a quilt. It is amazing.
Can you add the picture to that?
I'll have Brittany add the picture somewhere in here. It is amazing. I was so, and they even had like a little, because you're not supposed to, you of course cannot touch anything in the entire museum, but they had a little sample block that he had donated with the quilt, so that, or, quilt, so we could see it, and it was just big old chunk of wood, just carved and textured and dyed with like an oil stain. It's so cool.
I did not make it into the conference room. I barely made it out of the museum part of it. And I was the last one, because what was happening, it was kind of funny. So we all get in there together, and there's a lot of people, and we're wandering around, we're talking, and you could hear all of the background information and stuff. Well, then I started going slower and explaining, well, I noticed I had like this entourage.
I did too.
Following me as I'm talking, and you could hear them going, oh, well, that's what she said about that one. These people following. So then I thought, oh, that's fun that I was like the little tour guide.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then at the very end,
I was surprised there wasn't someone walking you around in it.
I
in
thought
my
there was
head,
going to be.
Yeah, in my head, I thought the experience was going to be different. Not that I was disappointed. There was amazing things to look at, but I thought there would be someone who would, and this is why we have this in our exhibit, or this is the one quilt that made this whole exhibit come in because we wanted this one, and then we added to it. I
do think that every single quilt had a little placard that explained who made it, where they were from, what it was made, what it was about. So maybe they feel like, in terms of
you at your own pace.
Yeah, self-guided, because you wouldn't want all of those people to be traveling around. So anyway, and then after that, Ray and John had a bunch of questions. So then I took them. No, that's what this is. No, let me show you that one. So anyway, when we finally made it out of there, poor Pot, the very end of the video, I show him sitting out in the lobby.
Yeah.
He could have went back to the boat, but no, because we missed the lunch. We were
going to take him on our walk, but he's going, no, I better wait for Mom, because you won't know where I will. And So, but what he did do is he went into the gift shop, and this is what he got for you. For me?
He said, well, I thought I'd go into the gift shop because I knew that you wouldn't have time to go in there, which he's right, because then I'm thinking, gift shop? What? And he says, no, I got you guys some things. So, and he got every single one of the little flyer things that were there, and he got
cute!
Yeah.
Oh, it's a quilt. It's the National Quilt Museum, Paducah, Kentucky.
Yeah, a quilt mug.
Fun. So, microwave safe, oven safe, and dishwasher safe.
Yeah. So very nice. Has a little cork bottom. Yeah. So it's like a built-in coaster. So anyway,
love it.
Such a nice
man. What a guy.
Such a good guy. Yeah. It was really nice. I felt kind of bad for him because on the cruise, it was perfect, I thought. It was absolutely perfect because it was a small boat. Only 120 passengers total, 24 in our group. And we had the whole 4th floor back sunroom pretty much to ourselves. We stitched and stitched and stitched. We could leave stuff there, go to lunch, come back. Nobody ever bothered anything. We found that by about the 6th day, everyone's in there watching us.
Yeah.
And, we were creating a crowd, but anyway, it was super nice because we had a ton of time to sit together and stitch together. And we've learned some lessons. We brought way too much for people we had, just way too much. But that was all right. I think everybody either absolutely finished or got minutes away from finishing their project, which was really, really good. So anyway, it was really nice because it was just such a small cruise, kind of slow, lazy river kind of thing. We were on the Mississippi, the Ohio, and the Cumberland. We stopped at Paducah, Dover, Clarksville, and ended at Nashville. And so we had a lot of time just to sit, and it was beautiful. It was wonderful. Just now, don't you just lifelong friends?
Yeah,
people that
it's
we
amazing.
met, and we just, you know, and poor Brian, the only two, well, there was 3 husbands, Mr. Wheat, and then Brian and Robert. And so it was kind of nice because, you know, the token man, let me carry that for you. Let me help you.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
So it was nice. It was nice that they were there. I do think that all of our stitching and small boat, we loved that. Not maybe so great for husbands who then had nothing to do with
and they're
drinking
very
beer.
and they're very right. It was all
And play cards.
and play cards because they're very busy. I mean, anyone who's been to our retreat house knows that Dad is always doing something,
busy.
pulling weeds, fixing sprinklers,
Building
shoveling
fence.
rock. I don't know anything. And Robert is the same.
Mhm.
If he's not at work on his day job, he's at home mowing the grass, fixing something, moving rock. I don't know.
Building
Horrible,
something.
sweaty work. But so
Yes.
for them just to be able to have a nap and
Not
you know,
nappers.
No,
They don't watch football or anything.
So
on
Robert's
TV.
not sure he'll ever do a river cruise again. He said there wasn't enough to do on a river cruise, which I get. I did not personally realize, because I've been on an ocean cruise before. I didn't realize it was going to be so drastic of a difference.
Such a small boat.
Yeah, such a small boat. I really liked that there wasn't very many people there. I think it did give us really the opportunity to just hang
and
out.
to know everybody, and even the
Yeah.
non-quilters.
We knew.
We knew who they were. They knew who we were.
Yeah.
We were. Yeah. So it was. I think it was good.
Yeah,
And I think it was
and it was
good that
beautiful.
we. Yeah. Oh, we love the South. My gosh.
Yes.
So Southern people. Oh my gosh.
Sweetest people.
So sweet. And Southern food. Oh my gosh. I could still.
We
I
ate so
Oh,
well.
We ate so good. You
Oh.
guys know how to cook.
Mhm.
So good. I'm wearing my Paula Deen earrings.
Oh yes.
We stopped at, we got such good food on the boat, but where we stopped at Nashville, it's right there where the mall is, right by
Where
the
the
Grand
new-
Old Opry. And so there was a Paula Deen restaurant. So we did go in there and had a sampler, kind of. So we had 7 different things that we tasted, and
So
we
good.
had none of the 4 of us had ever eaten collard greens before.
I would totally eat those again.
Super good.
Super
I
good.
don't know if we can even grow them up here.
I don't know. Well,
I've
I know
never
that
seen them up
Sarah
here.
grows
Turnip greens.
and rainbow
Shard.
shard. And I feel like that's the same family of vegetable.
We eat kale up here, which I do not care for.
God.
Kale chips,
No.
equally bad. Kale soup, no.
Ugh.
No.
Unless there's enough cream and sausage.
And maybe that was the thing with the...
hide it with all
You
that.
disguise it. And only put a
Because
little...
whatever that one Chris always made for us.
Oh, yeah.
that had all of the cream, the sausage.
Zuppa Toscana.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
And she had a little bit of kale in there. But you can eat that. It's smothered in,
Well,
sausage.
there was so much
Yeah.
cream. You're right. Cream, cheese, sausage.
So good. Love
Yeah.
my kale.
Yeah.
Just, ooh, what was that?
There's something green in my soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, Southern food, Southern people.
So good.
And, the other thing, too, is it is so green.
I was super...
Green.
It is gorgeous.
Beautiful. Yeah, we have a lot of... We're in the desert.
Yeah.
All irrigated, but our beautiful dryland wheat, dryland
Mhm.
whatever, we're very...
rolling hills
beige
and...
up here.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you guys are green. Beautiful. Even the bugs.
Yeah.
I love
Those
bugs.
neon green. I don't even know what they were.
Beautiful. Yeah, we took a lot of pictures of bugs. I have to figure out what they all are. Mayflies. We have mayflies here,
Mm-hmm.
but they're like a half an inch. Your mayflies are like the size of our dragonflies. So I thought that was kind of cool. But anyway, I did not get to see a lightning bug, glow bug. What are they called?
Firefly.
Firefly.
Yeah. We were a month too soon.
I would do like a trip to Mike's backyard. Knock on his door.
Hey, we're
Give
here
me
to
a
see 'em.
jar. I want to see a firefly. It's on my bucket list. So anyway, we are back and we're ready to, we're answer emails, catch up on YouTube, send out a newsletter. There are, even though the box openings happened, Wednesday, super fun. Friday, super good. We're back to do those. And I counted them. Brianna said not to count, but there are 24 boxes out there.
Yeah. There's a lot.
There's a lot. So I don't know. Buckle up for tonight. So I don't know what's going to happen. I think a lot of them are kind of like similar, where there's like 6 boxes that are batting. So
yeah, you might not see those.
Yeah, so it might not be. We might be able to condense a little bit, so it's not a full hour.
There were a few Shannon boxes, which means there's like 2 bolts per box.
Oh, yeah. So that might not be so
And a lot
bad.
of those are reordered. Carolyn will be super excited tomorrow to see those. She's been waiting for a bunch of those.
Yeah. And the other thing is that Wednesday, it was fun to watch Wednesday because it's fun just to see our girls. We missed everybody so much. But, we've mentioned this before, but there's 8 of us that work here, a total of 8. It's Brianna, Brittany, and myself, Tracy, and shipping. And then it's Sabrina, who you haven't seen Sabrina much. Her husband had surgery and he's having some health issues and he's doing well. Everything is great. We'll see her back, I think, next month. But and then it's Barbara, Deb, and Carolyn. And so it's nice, that you guys are able to see them. But it's funny because Carolyn is the quietest, gentle, soft-spoken person. Barbara,
Polar
the exact opposite. Just fun and loud, bursts into song all the time, so enthusiastic and happy. She's just what you see with her. That's exactly how she is. It's absolutely genuine. That is exactly how she is. She is just, she's like a performer all the time, but it's just who she is. She has a beautiful voice. She's singing all the time. She doesn't know a stranger. And so it's kind of funny. And then I think Wednesday, and then there's Deb right in the middle. And personality wise, Deb is right in the middle of both. Yeah. And so anyway, it was fun for us to see them. And I know that it's hard to do the box opening. I don't think people realize, but it is difficult because you do get excited. It is just like Christmas. And then you have to remember that somebody's watching you. It's like, oh, wait, yes, isn't this lovely? So I think they appreciate that it's harder than it looks. Yeah. But anyway, so we're excited to do that. And then one other thing, before we stop talking about the travel thing, is I just want to do a shout out because, we've talked about this before, that we're not sponsored. Nobody is paying us to say anything. We say exactly what we want. And what we want to say is we want to talk about RGE travels. And so we're going to put this, we're going to put this up for you guys so that you guys can see this a little bit better. But Ray and John, I honestly, and I said this to them, I don't know that I would ever book any kind of travel again without going through them. They was just amazing. Awesome. Oh my gosh. So it was amazing because what they really do is they do tour packages. They do, family packages, corporate travel, that kind of thing. So if you're thinking there's 4 of you guys that want to go together on something, or any cruise at all that you want to go on, they have been on over 150 cruises. They love cruises. And
they've only been in the travel agency for a couple years.
Yeah, because Ray was a pilot. They're both military veterans. And so, but they got into travel because it's what they love to do. And so, and they were doing corporate travel for a while. And now that everybody's doing Zoom, now they're putting all of their information to work to help us. So it was just amazing. They, of course, traveled with us because it was the tour, but...
and it was a large group. They said anything that's a large group, they will travel with you just to ensure that everything goes as planned.
And it was like having a travel concierge.
It was awesome.
The slightest little thing. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of that. I took care of that for you. And now this is this. It's like, whoa. Yeah. It was, I just amazing. Felt like Beyonce or something with my people.
Yeah.
Don't make me tell John.
Right.
If Ray finds out about this.
Yeah. It was great.
It was fantastic. fantastic. We cannot give enough accolades for, we kept calling them the boys because we had not ever met them face to face. It was just all on Zoom, you know. And then when we finally meet them face to face, we realized they're the exact same age as Brian and I. So now I had to start calling them the guys instead of the boys. But anyway, just cannot say it enough. If you have any travel plans or anything you've been trying to book or put together, call them, email them, look them up. And they have a newsletter.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can put our link. We'll put a link to their newsletter because as they're planning things, I know they have like a Great Lakes, not Great Lakes, National Park thing. It's probably full. I don't know that it's full, but they're doing a national park tour.
It's cool. It does a little bit of coach riding, a train, the whole 9 yards. It sounds
and it starts really like in Arizona and kind of
and
comes
train
up
and you coach ride some and you train some more. It sounds awesome.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool. So they're doing that like in September, but if you're on their newsletter, you'll see the other things that you can kind of join in with the group. It was really nice to go with a group where you had a travel buddy, a friend, somebody else that you had similar likes and dislikes, and I thought it was just fantastic. So anyway, Ray and John, look them up. Super fantastic. So the other one, I said I was almost done. I just want to say one other last thing about travel is that, and some people had emailed and asked about this. They said that I didn't hold this up long enough. So this is the product that you can buy. It's on Amazon for $19.99. You can buy it at Walmart for $19.98. It's made by Abbott. There are 2 tests in here. So each test is $10. And this is what they're using at our school district. They're using it at the PUD twice a week. They're using it everywhere.
Yeah, they used it before we were able to even get on the coaches to get to the cruise.
They work really well. There can be, they talk about a false negative, but it's not so much a false negative as you have to look very, very carefully because you can have an obviously positive, or you have to kind of look to see that little line and you'll kind of see. But anyway, we have liked these. People were asking about those, and just if you're concerned or after you get back or whatever. The other thing that we found is that I preferred the sanitizer wipes over the sanitizer because I didn't know where I was sitting or what I was holding, or as I had one in my hand and I'm walking down, because I do like to hold on to a rail because I prefer to take the stairs to the elevator. But if I just had one in my hand, I could just, hang on to that rail and not, feel like something was gross. So I like sanitizer wipes. The other interesting thing is that the plane, you can't take any water. You can't take any beverages of any kind, but you can take 12 ounces of hand sanitizer. This is 3 ounces.
Crazy.
12.
We got emailed,
12.
Delta email that said, hey, get ready for your flight. Here's what you need to know.
Yeah.
12
Everything
ounces. Else has to be less than 3 ounces in a quart-sized bag. Nothing else, nothing more. That's it.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. And I was thinking about that.
And Robert's like, oh, we can make that dangerous.
I know.
12 ounces is a lot to play with.
That is a lot. And then I thought, well, maybe it's because it's a carry-on and they want to make sure you have enough to last.
Well, who needs 12 ounces?
I know. That's a lot.
You can't even use that much to wipe down your chair. And even if you do, why are you rubbing it on your hands?
Oh, you're going to
lathering your...
I don't even know. It was a lot. So, anyway.
We didn't take that much. We kept ours down to our little, 3 in our purse.
And our wipes, And I had a little foam one and, And everywhere you go, people are... when you get on a plane, they hand you one.
Yep.
They had some there, and so.
And the planes are super clean. So they really are really sanitized. They are doing a good sanitize. When you walk in, it smells clean. So they really are. If you think, oh yeah, whatever, they're just saying that. No. I
didn't see anybody. You see on the news the people that are like freaking out and being drug off the plane.
Me and Dad were hoping. That's what we wanted. We have a couple flights.
Someone's gonna be drug off the plane.
We were nothing.
No,
not even a little squawk.
Nope.
Dad were kind of boned. We were ready to see showdown. Didn't happen.
I want to see somebody hauled off in chains. No.
Not even in the airport.
No.
No one was even in the airport was escorted off the prop. No, nothing.
Yeah. Even the guy, because I was having my little snack, and I dropped my mask because I was eating and drinking. The guy next to me, he would drop his mask, put something in his mouth, put his mask back up. And I thought, bless your heart.
I'm just going to smack my lips right here.
I'm just going to. I think I wasn't doing it right. I could have been hauled off the plane in chains, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Anyway, we made it home. We had a great time. We are working on a little compilation video. I'm waiting for a few other pictures to come back, and so we'll put that together and show you some of the things and some of the people and what we were working on, and so and some of the stops. So and we have some special video too, because the boys, which are now known as the guys, John and Ray, being veterans, they did not have a quilt. And so Nancy and I both brought a Quilt of Valor quilt to them. And
it was amazing.
It was so great. They were not expecting it at all.
No.
So, and then apologized for crying. And, we weren't supposed to mention that they cried.
Not gonna be able to see any footage of them crying.
No footage of them crying. We were
it was really cool. It was just very special, and they deserve
really special.
They totally deserve it.
They do a lot of stuff.
Because every portion of and everything you see, they'll say something about the Wounded Warriors program, and any ticket you purchase. Yeah. Anything they do, whether it's a cruise or the train rides, anything.
Group of 4, group of 20, whatever.
Yeah, portion of your tickets go to provide for a wounded warrior and one of their family members to come for free.
Yeah.
So we were anticipating for one of them to come with us, and then at the last minute something happened and things changed. So we didn't have a wounded warrior come with us. So
we had a Quilt of Valor all ready to go. We were just waiting on the name, and it's like, no one's coming. It's just us. And it's like, oh, we're gonna get the second one then.
Yeah. So it was very cool.
It was fantastic. So yeah, they absolutely deserving, and they do something also with homeless vets. They do a bunch of different things. They take their service seriously, and so super nice guys. So all right, and we'll get that compilation video up, and probably what we'll do, I'm not going to commit to what day that will be. It'll be this week, I'm certain. I just have a couple little pictures I'm waiting on, and I need some video from you. And then I'll get that together. But we just wanted to mention that if you are subscribed to our channel, you will get a little ding, tiny little ding, not annoying, just saying, hey, by the way, a video is up. You can watch it later, watch it then, watch whatever, but at least then you're notified when something comes up. So that's kind of a nice thing. So, all right, let's see. And I did have a couple of questions here. I was working. I just haven't made it very far through our emails, but
that's okay.
One person was asking, more than one, a couple people were asking about the creative grid. So Friday, they opened the boxes and saw that finally all of that creative grid came in. And so the creative grid, maybe we'll show you a close-up. It's the stuff that's behind us. So if you watch any of our videos or watch any things, you'll see we use this stuff all the time. And anybody who's been to our retreat center, you'll see that we have these. This is an exact 2 inches. And then what we do is this board is a foam core insulation board. You can buy it at Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever your hardware or building supply store is. And it comes 4 feet by 8 feet, 1 inch wide, is about $15. So we buy that, and because none of us...
And you did a video how to make this, right?
Oh, I did? Did I?
I think so. Yeah.
Is there a video? Let's link it. Let's just stop yakking right now, and let's just link it. So, yeah, because you need something happened? Oh, yeah, something bad happened. You need 2 1/4 yards for a 6 foot by 4 foot, and then you wrap it around and tape it. So we'll link the video below, but that's why a lot of people have been waiting for it to come in. Finally came in. We got a bunch of it in. And then other people were saying, now wait, what was that for? And what do you mean by flannel? So anyway, that's what that is. Let's see. The other question, let's see.
And the only thing to add to that is in the box opening video, we said get 3 yards. Because we had some complaints that they wanted to also cover that little extra piece.
Oh, sure.
3 yards will cover all of it.
That's true. That's true. That's right. That's true. Because for me, 8 feet high of anything, first of all, it won't fit in my house. Second of all, I'm not tall enough to reach that. So that's why we cut it. So yeah, if you wanted the whole thing, then 3 yards, that does make sense. This person, Cheryl Kulick, is that how you would say that? Cheryl Kulick from Trussville, Alabama. She sent an email to me. This was back on Thursday. Ooh, so I made it back to August 19th on emails. She said that she just received her order. She loves the fabric, but she is struggling to find a pattern that will work with it. And sometimes that's kind of funny. We've talked about that before. Do you buy the fabric first, or you do the pattern first? And so I find that I have a bunch of go-to patterns that I use all the time. And then and that's why whenever I look at fabric, and if you hear us on the box opening, we'll say, oh, stars and stripes, oh, crackers, oh, flower boxes, or whatever. So we have kind of our basic ones that we just keep making again and again and again. I find that if I have a pattern that I like and I've made it multiple times, I know exactly how much fabric I need for that. I know exactly some little trick, to make it 1 row bigger, 2 rows longer, whatever I need to do. And every quilt that you make looks different anyway.
Right.
So it doesn't matter. No one's going to say, oh my gosh, isn't that the 5th time you've made crackers? No one's going to say that. They totally don't care, and they don't even know. So because think of how many quilts you have in your house and how many you've made and given away. So if you have some go-to patterns that you really like, it's 100% okay to just keep redoing it. So the one thing that I was thinking with Cheryl is that she says she has 3 fabrics. One of them is a focus print. So I would probably look at flower boxes is probably a good one. But it's made us think that, we constantly will have quilts behind us and we show different things. And we're thinking we're going to do some trunk shows so that you don't have to remember which one was that one, which one was that one. Yeah. So we thought we would do, and we have, between Brianna and I, we have over 200 patterns. So we won't do that. What we'll maybe do is do like a group of 10 at a time, and maybe even do a special and say, if you want all of these patterns, this is a special price or whatever. So we'll do some trunk shows for you. So we might not start that until next week, but
watch your
be
newsletter.
Watching for that.
Yeah, watch your newsletter. We'll have them air in there. And then a little side note to that, if you find that you have, because we have underneath our TV in our living room, we have quilts that the kids can use. I even have in a bookshelf in the hallway quilts that we can take outside if you want to do like a little picnic outside or take them to the park. Not that it really matters, they can all be washed. But if you end up having quilts that you want to, or you want to save these 3, but I really need to get rid of 3 because you have a, smaller room for all of your quilts. If you're thinking about donating used quilts because you need to make room, whatever, as long as they're not worn out, police department, fire department, women's shelters, all of those places need them. So domestic violence dispute, if there's a house fire, they'll, the firemen will give them to the kids as they're taken to the hotel or wherever it is. All of those, they will take used quilts, as long as they're washed and not ratty, they will absolutely make sure they get to someone who really, really needs it. Kids that are taken out of the home, women's shelter,
senior centers, long-term care facilities. They like them.
Just make sure they're washed before you give them. They might wash them one more time before they actually give it to the recipient, but all of those public service places would love to be able to give someone something. So keep that in mind. If you're wanting to recycle some things and not just want to give it to the local thrift store, donate it to one of those places.
I tend to not do the local thrift store because you never know what somebody, I don't want it to become a dog bed.
Right. I'd rather give it
somebody to love
I'd take mine to the fire department or the police station. Yeah. Because I know they always need something for something.
Yeah. So I agree with that. Yeah. Alrighty. I think, what's the quilt behind us? Mackinac Island, not to be confused with Mackinac. We had to have said that 20 times before somebody finally said, stop it! No! That is not what it's called. Mackinac. This was one of the, it was going to be a block of the month.
Yep.
And our little, block of the month, our class open house was 1 week after we got shut down. So nobody, all of the fabric I think now is gone, but we still have a couple of patterns left. It is a sampler. You don't have to make it exactly the same way. Out of the same fabric. If you have a whole bunch of stash at home, it's kind of a fun. So there's some applique, a lot of pieced blocks, lots of big blocks, some little blocks, but kind of a fun pattern. So that's what's behind us. What's on the table is Hollywood.
Yep.
One of those things that
runner.
could be a table runner, or if you make it a little longer or a little shorter, I guess I don't know what size your table or your bed is, it could be a bed runner. So
keep in mind, if you're wanting to make it for like a table runner for your dining room table, if you want to put Insel Bright in it, again, Insel Bright is the heat special, so it could also serve also as a hot pad. Or put just regular batting in it, and just know you want to put a hot pad down, then your
that it's for decorative more than
useful function.
Yeah. All right.
Do we want to tell them about what we have planned for next year? I have all the information.
Okay, so we're gonna announce it.
Okay,
we're gonna let you know.
So, since we had such a blast with the gas,
so much success.
It was such a blast. We have already rebooked for a ocean cruise with Ray and John to host another Fabric Patch sewing retreat. Quilting cruise. There we go.
Yeah. And the funny thing was, we were talking about it, and John and Ray wanted us to do the Columbia River because everybody wanted to come to the Columbia River. But it is
far prettier
sounds
than
really
Mississippi.
The Columbia, it is. The Columbia River is super clear. The other funny thing about the Columbia River is that there's boats on it all over the place. That was funny that on the Mississippi, the entire time we saw one fishing boat.
Right, and the rest of it's like barges.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. It's like a shipping corridor. It's
the Columbia River, there's massive. I mean, the other thing too, when you go into the locks, you see, you see sea kayaks, you see fishing boats, you see everybody goes in, crams in together. And whenever we went through a lock on the Mississippi or on the Ohio or on the, it was just us. So it is kind of funny. Totally
they had also
different.
Only one lanes. The Columbia has multiple lanes.
Yeah. Yeah. So kind of a funny thing. Totally different. And I think it would be beautiful for people to see the Columbia River and all of our wineries. Because I think that's part of the focus is it's the salmon, the wineries, and the American Indian heritage. But for us, it's in our backyard. We see the Columbia River every day. We eat salmon all the time. And so it's like, so maybe at some point they'll talk us into that, hosting in our backyard and having everybody come to see us. So I think that in the near future, we will do that. But in the meantime, what we really, really wanted to do was we wanted to go to the Mediterranean. Pa and I had already booked a trip. We were ready to go, and then COVID happened. So that was kind of our once in a lifetime trip. So we told the guys, well, that's what we really want to do, is we want to go there. So, and the other funny thing, I don't know how they're able to do it, but it was 1/3 the price it was going to be when we were going to go. So exact same everything. So I don't understand that, but that's okay. I'm all good with that. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to do the Mediterranean from Rome and then back to Rome. So you have
and it's going to be on the Celebrity cruise line.
A really nice, not the party, icky party boats.
And they love Celebrity. It's all going to be all inclusive again. The basic package for Celebrity is all inclusive. So your basic beers, wines, food, all of that is all paid for. He said there are options where you can upgrade your exclusivity if you have fancier drinks or whatever. But
really
probably not necessary.
Yeah. No, we found that, it was not necessary.
And it leaves Rome on June 13th and it arrives back on June 24th. We are working with them. We're going to do a, is it considered a post? Pre. We're going to do a 2-day in Rome before we disembark. Because there's
before we embark.
Yes.
Before we get on the boat.
Words. So we're going to go to Rome 2 days before, then we're going to get on the boat, do our goodness, and then get off in Rome and then head home. So it's going to be great. There's so much to see, and I can't wait.
I can't wait. I'm really excited for it. And we will be leaving the country, which I think is a little bit nerve-wracking. It's 10 months away, but what we told everybody, and we feel the same way, is we are going to put down our deposit 90 days before the trip, which will be in March, a full refund. We can get 100% all of our money back if we feel like COVID is still on the horizon and there's still some concerns. So, but in the meantime, we at least save our spot, save our price, save everything, and we're ready to go. So all of us have done that. And that was the other reason that we thought, oh, maybe we shouldn't yet announce it, because
the reinsurgent here.
and also how many spots are going to be available.
That's true.
So if you're kind of feeling like you want to, you should at least get on the waiting list. $500 I think is all they require for a deposit, and again 100% money back 90 days before. And John and Ray are super easy to work with. They'll say, hey, by the way, the deadline is coming up, how are you feeling about it? So I think it's nice to know that it's
start to finish, from where you live to get there, to get home, to make a pit stop on the way home, to stay with family somewhere else and then go home. They can do start to finish. And something I asked them, me being a little teeny bopper, you guys might know all this already, but I asked them, how does a travel agent work? I've heard, I know I want to go with you guys because this is awesome, but they say they get paid by Celebrity Cruise is how they get paid, so it doesn't come out of my pocket.
No, you're not paying more.
No,
because
to go
you're
for
using
them.
a travel agent.
Yeah, it's amazing. Right. So I was like, well, sign me up.
I know.
So
I know.
So it's an 11-night Eastern Mediterranean, Italy, Turkey, and Greek island cruise, and it's on an ocean cruise. So there's tons to do. Robert is game to do it. We're gonna take our babies because 8 days was way too long.
They got super grumpy by about the 4th day.
Yeah, I was super glad at our last flight from Seattle to Spokane, Delta kicked them off the flight so Robert and I could get on it, and then gave them really bad.
And they were going to ditch us.
Bye, we'll call Jordan.
They were going to leave us in Spokane. We'll call on our way.
We'll call someone to come get you.
Yes, they were leaving.
But luckily, we all made it home, and
thank goodness.
My luggage didn't, but it got delivered yesterday. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
All intact, though. Nothing was broken. My bottles of liquor made it home.
Bottles of liquor. One thing we did in, where was that? Clarksville.
Was a distillery tour.
We went to a distillery tour. And it was sort of funny because last a little story. So we go in there and they say, well, here, we'll take you on a tour and then we'll do some taste testing and then shopping. And I thought, taste testing, shopping. I'm not buying any bourbon. I'm not buying whiskey. I am definitely not buying moonshine. There's just no way. But here's this intense marketing here. So we go on this tour, which was really interesting, super interesting. We go for the little taste testing.
So
and then everybody was so intoxicated. We bought 6 bottles of alcohol.
So did we.
We don't even drink it. But we brought home for presents.
Yeah.
So, we
so
don't even drink it.
It was Old Glory. Distillery in Clarksville. It's good.
Yeah.
And they're very young. I think they're going on 5 years this year, and they did a good job.
Yeah.
So
really nice. Nice little company. Nice little tour. They had the cat.
They have a cat.
So
who was working.
It was fun.
Keeping mouse control. So what I'm going to do is I'm looking at the little itinerary thing, and there is
You're just gonna link
traveler information. I'm just going to link a PDF below. So if you guys want to see the date where we're visiting, if you want to contact Ray or John and say, hey, I talked to these guys or listened, and this is what I want.
And you want to be on our package.
Yes.
You want to make sure that
our package includes, of course, a swag bag. We get gifts from Ray and John. We get the whole thing. If you are not a quilter, maybe you just love us, which is awesome. Our little kit that we're doing is going to be sold separately. So if you just want to do it, but your husband's like, yeah, no, I'll see you at the casino. Or see at the night show or whatever, you don't have to, of course, pay for his package. So there's a kit cost that's going to be through us exclusively, separately. And then the swag bags, all the cool stuff. Everybody gets those.
And we have presents.
So if you bring your husband, you'll get double duty, which is awesome. So what we try to make the guy gifts a little more guy. They're not going to get a thimble. They're going to get maybe some other cooler things. So, so it's really cool. So you get a lot of just fun things. Yeah.
And it was funny because on our group, there was one gal who was not a quilter. So she didn't come to the first class. She didn't come to the second class. And then I think but we kind of knew who she was.
Because she kept watching us.
She watched us, and her husband would come through.
Yeah.
And was watching. And just kind of visiting. But a lot of people came through and watched us. But then what happened was at trivia night,
we beat them.
They were on side couch. And we beat side couch. So,
by a bonus point. Our question was, what is the largest deer? And us, John Deere.
John Deere!
Of course! We were course we're wrong, but got
He gave us a point.
creative point. So
And we
that
beat them by a half a point. And then she decided we must be okay.
yeah.
So
She
then
kinda
she started coming to class. And I think she finished her project.
Yeah, she did really good.
Yeah, for not being a quilter.
She was just, we'd see her out there
she did.
stitching when they chit chat because she was with a group of like 2 other couples.
Yeah.
So she was doing her own thing where they were just doing their own thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
she
was cool.
decided we were all right. So
It was cool.
Anyway. All right, you guys. So I think that's it. My gosh, do you feel caught up? I don't feel like I'm work ready anymore, but
No.
maybe by box opening tonight we will be
Just up again.
ready for work. And I feel like I'll be ready until I catch up on emails, but don't hold
Someday.
your breath for that. Call us if you have questions.
Email Tracy.
Email
Order
Tracy.
that. She's on it.
She's on it. Yes, yes. Email Tracy. All right, you guys. So good to be back.
All right.
So good to see you guys. And we'll see you tonight.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.